What's up, Instagram? What's up, TikTok? What's up, YouTube? Hey. It's Sanish. You're the first one here. Welcome. Nisgard, you're number 2. Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Hi. Design's impeccable. Welcome. Mr. Vikas Chahardi. What's up, bro? Hi, bro. What's up, bro? What's up, everybody? What's up, Seeking Knowledge on YouTube? You're the first one there. We're going to talk all about app development, web development, how to be a 6-figure web or app developer, how to get to that $100,000 mark. We'll talk about that today, some practical stuff. No, it's not magic. It's hard work, but there are things you can do to get there. So welcome, everyone. Tell me where you are calling from or watching from. Where in the world are you? What time it is? What's up, Zachary? What's up, everybody? It's my birthday, says Emma. Well, happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños? Is that how they say it in Spain and elsewhere? I don't know where you're from. Sri Lanka, what's up? What's up? Jihadyar, TikTok, what's up? Phoenix Wax from India. Austin, Texas, Chop Daddy, what's up, man? I'm in Austin, Texas today as well, too. Clemson, South Carolina. Iran, Slovakia, Philippines. What's up, everybody? It's 1:45 a.m. in India. I really can't hear you. Sorry. Don't know what to say. I can talk really loud if you like. I'm already talking kind of loud. What's up, Sri Lanka, Danan, Sweepstakes, Ahmed, Midwest USA, 3:24 p.m. Central Standard Time. Watching from India, Nigeria. What's up, everyone? Zekia, Kerala. I've never heard of Kerala. I don't even know where that is. Sound problem. Why is there a sound problem? Morocco. I don't see a sound problem. Sound problem. Hi, Mark from Sweden. What's up? Tunisia. I don't think my AirPods are on. I don't know. Front-end Java intern. What's up, everyone? Feel free to ask any questions about programming, app development, web development. Côte d'Ivoire. I don't know what that is. Have you traveled the world? A little bit. I have been to Belgium. I have been to Malaysia. I've been to Japan. I have been to Peru, including Lima and Cusco, up to Machu Picchu. I have stopped at various airports throughout the world in those travels. Did I say Malaysia and Belgium? Anyway, yep. People keep saying there's no sound on Instagram. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. No sound on YouTube. Oh, no sound problem on YouTube. I see. GraphQL versus API. What's best? Just whatever flavor of popsicle you like. They do the same thing. Is embedded paid well? Is embedded the future? Well, we already have embedded technology, and it's going to continue to exist. You know, embedded technology is what makes your car windows go up and down and things like that. Okay. You're a web developer. I'm a programmer. I've been programming for 15 years. I know web development, mobile development, desktop development, game development. But I teach and coach people, help them get jobs as programmers, specifically iOS developers, Android developers, and web developers. So feel free to ask any questions, anyone. Java or C++. It just depends what you want to do with your life, what kind of career you want. What's the purpose of software engineering? Oh, well, that's a good question. It powers almost everything in our lives. Your video cameras, it powers it. The apps that you're watching right now, it powers that. You need people to write code. Even TVs have software engineering in them, embedded systems. Almost every single thing in our lives has technology and software at some point. I'm trying to think of my house, and even the thermostat on a house has some embedded programming in it. A software engineer wrote code for something. I'm trying to think if it's possible to not have software in your home. You'd have to get rid of your thermostat. you'd have to get rid of your microwave. If you have any type of advanced refrigerator, you'd have to get rid of that. If you have like lights that go on and off after a timer, those could be mechanical though. Almost everything in our lives has software, and you need people to write code for that. So when I say how to make $100,000 as an app developer or web developer or just a software engineer, it's basically that's a full-time job, making money writing code. It's something you can do from home. It's something you can do at a company. It's something you can even start today as a freelancer. I've got some former students who are full-time freelancers that make over $100,000 a year taking on freelance projects. They travel the world. One guy I know travels around in an RV. Endless possibilities. How do I know what kind of developer I want to be? Right now, I'm a junior embedded C developer. I want to try something different. Well, Alex, you should try different things. Build mobile apps, build web apps. See what you like. See what you like. Blazor, says Doug. You're talking about Blazor for C#. Pain level of UI work embedded. Consultants don't usually do that. Have to be I don't know what we're talking about. Okay. Is remote part-time coding web development possible other than freelancing? Roshan, that's a hard sell. I mean, anything's possible, but it's not going to be easy. Like in terms of a job, freelancing would be much easier to land for part-time, for remote part-time. This session became my daily dose. Awesome. Is it better to start with web dev or app dev? You should start with whatever interests you most. Can I make static websites with Node.js while freelancing? That's an interesting question. So you can do server-side rendering from Node.js. Would I even call that static though? I don't know. If you want to make static websites, that's HTML, CSS, some JavaScript. If you really want to build some cool stuff and keep it static, you could go with Next.js or Gatsby.js. That'll help you build some really modern static websites. How can Indian employees get projects from different countries? Well, freelancing is a great start. If you want a full-time job, you got to get a visa and come here to the United States or whatever country you want to go to. People don't hire full-time employees outside of the country for legal reasons. I'm 41 years old and I want to change careers to development. Any suggestions? Yes. Go onto YouTube. Make sure you play around with some different coding languages. Take some free tutorials. See what you like. Then just dive into it fully. I always recommend one of the reasons at DevSlopes Academy, which is our program, one of the reasons why we focus on iOS, Android, and web development is because they're the three easiest beginner paths for becoming a paid developer. There's other ways you can do it, but they're harder. So I always recommend someone goes into one of those three paths if they don't know what they want to do, but they want to get into coding. iPhone development, Android development, and web development are great places to start for beginners. They have high-paying salaries, minimum salaries typically starting at $75,000 a year for a junior in the United States. Like, it's a good place to start. So play with some coding tutorials first, see what you like, figure it out. If you don't like iPhone, Android, or web, there's lots of other things too. You could be a pure backend developer. You could be a game developer. You could do embedded stuff. Embedded's really hard to get into brand new. It's pretty complicated. How hard is it switching from front end to back end? Not hard at all, especially if you know how to code. Code is going to be most important for the back end, not user interface, obviously. Is there any future in C#, ASP.NET, MVC? MVC, no. .NET Core, absolutely. MVC, though, that's kind of dying off. Today, I downloaded my first website. Nice. What's better, front end or back end developer? Whatever you want to do. I tend to see more junior jobs for front end than back end. So it's good to, my recommendation for people is always start with the front end, then move into the back end. That's a really good path. Are you doing blockchain protocol development? I have in the past, but not focused on that at all really right now. Is Python a good language to learn? Yeah, there's lots of opportunities in Python. Sure, it's one of the easy languages, that and JavaScript. How hard is it to make a web page? It can be easy or it can be incredibly complex depending on what needs to be in it. Sir, AngularJS, Angular is a modern web framework that is used a lot. So is React. How much front end do I need to know to switch to back end? Well, you don't need to know any front end. You need to be a master of code. JavaScript, if you like, JavaScript's a great thing to learn for the front end, and then move on to Node for the back end. But for back end, you're going to need JavaScript or Python, things like that. You need to know code, not user interface languages, not HTML, not CSS. You need to know code. They need to know databases too. Is Python good for competitive programming? Why does everyone ask me about competitive programming? Competitive programming is nothing useful in my opinion. I don't see the point in it, but you can do competitive programming in Python, sure. I think it's a waste of time, personally. How's your day going so far? My day is going just dandy. Yeah. Life is good, all is well. Nothing exciting to report. I really need to start ethical hacking, but don't know where to start. Why do you really need to start ethical hacking? What is best language for development according to, there's no such thing as a best language. Use the right tool for the right job. Oh, MySQL is better than MongoDB. It's just different stuff. Just different stuff. They're both used for different reasons. So what should I start with if I want to study cybersecurity? Oh man, go get a certification for that. That's not the kind of thing you kind of learn on your own. You need to go get certifications and stuff. How hard is it switching from front end to back end Java? I don't know. If you know Java, then moving to the back end is not going to be hard. Where to find project ideas for training? I don't know. Go build Netflix, go build a cryptocurrency wallet, go build like a Bitcoin wallet that can send, Bitcoin, things like that. I don't know. I don't have any good advice for you. I'm only gonna answer a few of these questions. They're rolling in too fast. Okay. What's your take on boot camps? So I run a boot camp of sorts. We're actually a coaching program. Boot camps can be highly effective. So the point of a boot camp is saving time. Yes, you can learn to code on your own. I learned to code on my own. It was very hard and took me a long time, but I did it. The advantage of a boot camp is it moves you really fast. The problem with boot camps is they're around 12 to 16 weeks, and when they end, they kick you out, and you still don't have a job. You tend to spend another 6 months before you get your first job, which can be fine. The other problem with boot camps is, when they talk about placement rates, they're really talking about, well, let's take a step back here. They talk about having high placement rates, getting people into jobs, but you have to understand something. You have to understand who the demographics of a boot camp are. Most people who go to boot camps are young, they're not married, they don't have kids, and they don't have to worry about a job. They finance the whole thing. So they take a small bucket of people who can spend full-time coding, and that's who are getting placed in jobs, right? So if you're a person with kids and you have to support them with a job, you can't go to a boot camp, right? Like if you've got other responsibilities, you can't go to a boot camp. If you can't quit your full-time job, you can't go to a boot camp, right? It's not the easiest thing. So they can be really tough to get into. So yes, you're going to learn a ton. You're going to learn it fast. 16 weeks is not enough. At our boot camp, the DevSlopes Academy, we train you, but we don't kick you out. What we do is you go through the whole program, and we coach you. You've got coaches helping you. You can take it while you're doing a full-time job. And then what we actually do is we help you get freelance projects. We help you close those deals, get freelance projects, because it's very hard to get your first full-time job if you don't have projects on your resume. If your last entry on your resume says you're a chef at Red Lobster, you're not going to get a job. You're not going to get called in for an interview. So we help people get freelance projects, and then we'll help you actually get your job. So we'll help you with your resume, your job interviews, all that thing, and we keep working with you until you're a paid developer. So what we have found is it takes about 8 months to a year before people actually really get their first job. I know that may sound like a lot of time, but that's the reality. So if you go spend $15,000 at a coding boot camp, that's 16 weeks, you're going to get cut off, and then you're still going to spend another 6 months probably to get your first job, which is fine if you want to do that. A lot of people can't do that. So just know You can learn this all on your own, but you got to come up with your own curriculum. You got to find your own coaches and mentors, your own people to help you out with your resume. And when you get depressed and discouraged, which everybody does, you've got no one there for you. So if you can deal with all that on your own, you can totally do it. It may take a little longer, but boot camps help by making it really fast because they provide all those things for you. If you want to chat with me or my team about the DevSlips Academy, having a coach work with you until you're a paid professional, guaranteed, just go to devslopes.com/apply. We will work with you until you're a paid developer. devslopes.com/apply. When did I start coding? I started coding in 2007. What are the most important things we should do as young programmers to progress our skills? Build projects, do coding challenges. You'll keep getting better and better. Any advice for a self-taught developer trying to get a job but battling with imposter syndrome? Come to these live streams. Tell yourself that you can do it. Work really hard to get a freelance project, maybe like a $100 project. If you can close your first deal, it's going to give you a huge confidence boost. Building things for money will give you a huge confidence boost to help you get your very first full-time job. All right. What's likely to be the future, Angular or React? They're both around. They're both, one's by Google, one's backed by Facebook. They're both going to stick around. What advice would you give to someone at the beginning of the road? My best advice would be basically the structure I give for my boot camp. It would be this. You need to, and I tell this to my students too, but you need to block out hours every day. 1 hour of study, maybe 2 hours of writing code every day without fail. You can, take a break on Sundays or whatever, 1 day a week, but every day without fail, block out the time. You must block it out. 2 is you need your curriculum planned in advance. Don't just be taking courses and tutorials. Build an entire curriculum from beginner to advanced, the things you need for a job. You're going to go through all that curriculum. All right. You need to build a major capstone project, a huge project that you can put on your GitHub so an employer can look at it. Now you need to find a mentor somewhere in that process. Maybe someone on Twitter, a developer. Get some people to look at your resume. When you start applying for jobs, things like that, get someone to look at your code to see how good your code is. It's really important to get that feedback to know if you're good enough to get a job or not yet. So those are some steps that you can do that on your own. You can find those people and do those things. But that's what I recommend for people to be able to get a job. Otherwise, it can be really depressing because you don't know where you stand. You don't know how good your code is. A lot of those things. Okay. Let me look. Oh yeah. Let's see. Already in the 30-day challenge. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for convincing me to learn Flutter. You've gotten 5 contracts developing mobile web apps in the last 2 months. Hey, that's cool, Chris. I'd love to hear more of your story sometime. Maybe send me a Loom video about how you're closing contracts and deals. I'd be really curious to know just what you're doing. What is the smartest way to learn JavaScript? Start with free YouTube coding courses. Go from there. Or you can take my 30-day code challenge. It's where we teach you JavaScript in 30 days and give you coding challenges, daily missions. Forces you to have success because you lose access after the 30 days. That's 30daycodechallenge.com. I'll put it down here. 30daycodechallenge.com. There we go. I'm planning to study to be a webmaster. What advice do you have for me? Do webmasters still exist? A webmaster used to be somebody who would load the websites on a server and manage the domain and things like that. I didn't even know that job still existed. I'm a junior in high school. I want to do game development. Any ideas? Yeah, download Unity, learn C#, start building some games right now. Now's a great time to do it. Oh, man. I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, just talking too much. I forgot to bring my drink. What if I have kids? Any alternative to boot camp? Yeah, Peter. Join the DevSlips Academy. So interesting note here, DevSlips Academy. Yeah, we do have some young people, but the average person in our academy has a spouse and kids. Like I would say 75% of our audience has a spouse and kids. That's in complete contrast to a boot camp where 99% of everybody is between 18 and 25 with no kids, no family or anything like that. So we are very different in that way. We we fight for the underdogs. We want people who want to make more money, who want to get out of bad jobs and take better projects and have a happier life. Like that's our ideal candidate versus, versus the other boot camps who focus only on really young people. And the reason why they do that is so they can get really high placement rates, right? Not everyone can quit their job and go to a boot camp. What do I think about PHP? I think it's antiquated. I think there's much better programming languages to use for all kinds of things that used to be used for PHP. What area of tech has a lot of demand but not enough supply? Well, we still have that in iOS development. We still do not have enough iOS developers. Also, the Go programming language, they can't find enough Go programmers right now, so the salaries are really high. Is GitHub really necessary? Like, I've done projects in my university, but I haven't uploaded them. GitHub is very necessary for your career. You're going to learn to use it all the time. In terms of getting a job, having one major project on GitHub is important because a lot of employers, when you go for an interview, they'll ask you to walk them through your code on GitHub, your best project. So you need to have at least one project on there that's really great. You don't need to be contributing a ton and things like that. Like that can help if you're going to go work for a company who does open source stuff and they really care about that. But an employer just wants a way to look at your code. All right. Would you say coding boot camps are great for a 22-year-old? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right. You've got nothing to lose. Go join a coding boot camp. You'll learn super fast. You got nothing to lose when you're that young. If you don't have to worry about, spouse, kids, jobs, things like that. Of course, you could always take the DevSlopes Academy as well too. We'll coach you through the whole process as well. We just don't have that end date, right? So we keep working with you until you get the job. Whereas the boot camps, they can't afford to keep you on after 16 weeks, so they kick you out. What do I think about Flutter? I think Flutter is amazing. I think it's got huge opportunities. I'm all in on Flutter. Just looking at some of these messages here. What are the must skills for becoming a data scientist? Well, math, statistics is really important. They use Python a lot in data science as well. What is your best advice to a 40-year-old person who wants to start freelance web developing? Start right away. Roshan, start right away, immediately. Don't waste any more time. If you want to speed it up, do well, for you want to do freelancing. I mean, if you can, join the DevSlopes Academy. I will coach you personally and my team to help you close freelancing deals. In fact, right now we've been adding some more freelancing curriculum and content and assignments. Even today, is working on that. We will help you get a paid project. In fact, one of our students has come recently. They joined like a month ago, and they've already paid for the DevSlopes Academy with freelancing projects just a month ago because we help people make that money back. It's very different. We're very different from other places where the end goal is that shiny job and you're in debt until you have the job. We will literally start helping you do freelancing right away so you can start paying off your education, and so you can get that job as soon as possible. Outside of that, if you're 40 and you want to get started, just start hustling, like consume content, build projects, start applying for jobs, 10 to 20 jobs a month on Upwork.com. Start applying, and so you can start closing them because not all of them are going to close, right? You just need to get your hands in the code. You need to get working. Your academy is all online. Yeah, DevSlopes Academy is all online. It's asynchronous. What it means is you block out the time on your schedule, and then you build the projects and you submit them to us. We grade them, we review them. We've got coaches there to help you out anytime you need help. It doesn't matter what part of the world you live in. There are weekly meetups that you can show up to, like real time, face-to-face with an instructor, but that's the only one. The rest is asynchronous. You schedule it in on your job and we coach you asynchronous. You go through the curriculum, you go through the program, and then you focus on the projects. We are a project-based program where you build major projects. We've got coding challenges and quizzes in there as well too. You'll build a capstone project, and then we actually help you close freelance projects and deals. We get you working as fast as possible. So that's how it works, but you schedule it on your time. It's asynchronous. So you just have to commit the time and you plug it into your schedule. Do you consider Swift a good first language? Absolutely. I think it's great. I think it's easy. I think it's great. Any platforms where freelancing will be easy for beginners. So the best place to start is, if for the easiest, is Upwork.com, and then doing HTML and CSS. Like I need to fix a bug on my website. I need to get my website working on phones, responsive, right? Those are going to be your best and easiest projects. Okay. Just looking at all of these. iPhone app development. I used to be able to build Android apps, but I'm not up to date on Android. And I've built desktop apps and games with both Unreal and Unity. That's where I spent my time. But keep in mind, none of my stuff is enterprise. I've all been in startups, in indie projects, startups, mid-sized companies, but I've never worked enterprise. I've just never been interested in enterprise. So. What is the cost of your program? Someone's asked me that. DevSlopes Academy. DevSlopes Academy is about the cost of a semester of community college in the United States, and we've got payment plans and pricing options. To answer your other question, why don't I list price on my website? It's pretty simple. We've run data analytics against our website, and more people join the program. We have more people join the program without the price listed, getting them on the phone call, than we do just listing it on the price. So it's simple data science. Some of you are asking about data science. That's what data scientists do. They look at numbers like that. They look at traffic and statistics, and you mold your business based on the data science. So we literally have more students join and make more money by not having the price listed. It's that simple. Which also, if you're building your own apps and products, it is super important for you to put analytics in there so you can know that kind of stuff for your own apps. Who's joining, when are they coming in the app? When are they leaving? Do you make more money with this feature or with that feature? Things like that. Some pages to recommend to work remotely from Argentina. Go to Upwork.com. You can work worldwide. Okay. I get a lot of freelance work, but I have trouble with contracting. Understand your rate should go. Jeremy, I've got a great answer to this on the DevSlopes podcast. Search DevSlopes podcast freelancing. I talk about how to price things accordingly, jobs and things like that. There's some things you need to do. Working hourly is not the best way. So you're a third-year dev, 3 months into a new job, and I'm no longer motivated. Too soon for a new job? Maybe, Darren, you need to find something that you love to do. I was never someone who really loved working on a job. Maybe you need to be an independent contractor, maybe a freelancer. Maybe you don't like being in the office. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you've just been in an office. Maybe you need to work from home. Maybe you need to have freedom. Go to the movie theater whenever you want, right? You can do that as a freelancer, things like that. Maybe you need a lifestyle change. It might not be the actual work you're doing with the code. It might actually be the lifestyle. Any advice? I'm starting to learn JavaScript. Keep going. Do it for a month. Build some projects. Take the next steps. Go do freelance work. Get a job. You got the whole world ahead of you. Karen and Kai, hello. Hi. I love your content. Thank you. How to improve iOS coding skills. Build projects. Build projects. What about C? That sounds like a movie title. Like if like programming was like a romantic comedy. What about C? No. Hi, Kazakh from Kazakhstan. What's up? How to improve your logic. Coding challenges. Just keep doing coding challenges. It'll make you better. Hi. Здравствуйте. You don't need iOS coding. It's are Kotlin and Flutter for totally different purposes? Yes. Oh man, so many great questions today. A lot of the similar questions. Okay. What do you think about Ruby? Ruby is really only used for Ruby on Rails, like on a large scale. And it's great for backends. It's cool for backend development. Lots of startups use it for their backend. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yes. In fact, I'm streaming on YouTube right now. That's DevSlopes on the YouTube channel, at YouTube DevSlopes, and we got lots of great content. Do I need relevant experience for my DevSlopes Academy program? No, you don't. We work with absolute beginners. All you need is commitment. That's devslopes.com if you want to get on the phone and chat about it. Do you recommend your courses on Udemy or only do the Academy? I don't put new courses out on Udemy, and I don't update the courses on Udemy. We're 100% focused on results, getting people jobs. So that's the DevSlopes Academy. And of course, the 30-day code challenge. We believe in coaching. We are a coaching institution now. So we do not make courses that don't have coaching. We want to work with people one-on-one and help them get success. Just looking here. Just choked an iOS interview. Your thoughts on bouncing back? Just keep taking them. You'll get better and better. Better and better and better. Are there good opportunities for web designers? Yes, there are. Galactic Space Studios, welcome. I want to learn C# with no computer programming knowledge. How should I learn? Well, start with YouTube for free. That's a great place to start. On what platform is that Freelance podcast? So just search DevSlopes Podcast Freelance. That's an episode I have. But the DevSlopes Podcast Freelance, to talk about freelancing, how to close deals, how to make the greens, how to make the cash. Okay? I'm looking to start a career within game development, but never coded in my life. But my gut tells me this is what I want to do. Where and how do you recommend I should start? Should I pay for schools? Daniel, the very first thing you should do. Okay, Daniel, check this out. On YouTube, I've got a really cool video on Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine tutorial. You can build your first game in 15 minutes. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. No coding required. You should start there. Okay. Hi from Kazakhstan. Yeah. Hey, do I work with international students or only US? I work with students worldwide. In the DevSlopes Academy, we have students in UK, in Germany, in Sweden, in Spain, in South Africa. Lots in South Africa. South Africa is super hot market for tech right now. Did I say Australia? Canada, Canada. South America, various countries there as well too, and a couple of people from Nigeria. Yeah. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got to wrap this up. This has been a great chat. If you want to work with me and my team one-on-one, if you want me to coach you to success, become a paid developer, become a freelancer, then get a full-time job if you'd like, join the DevSlopes Academy. That's devslopes.com/apply. I will work with you one-on-one. We guarantee success for everybody because so long as you show up, we will keep coaching you until you have a job. Okay, 8 months from now, you could be making $75,000. I've done one of my students recently. I placed him at $120,000 as an iOS developer. Very first job. That's not common, but very first job, which is awesome. iOS is high in demand. We have programs on iOS development, Android development, and front-end web development, which actually we're adding full stack stuff to this as well too. But really cool stuff going on. Become a developer. You still have time this year to get your first job. Freelancing projects, work from home. devslopes.com/apply. Happy to chat about it with you on the phone. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow at the same time, 3:30 p.m. Central